I used to want life to go my way. Like anybody does. It's only natural, you know? But now I'd just rather be free from the part of me that decides what way things should be. That part of me is ignorant and foolish. I just reached a breaking point where it was like I couldn't carry it anymore. The weight of needing to be someone, of needing to achieve things, of needing to prove myself in the world, of all this stuff that I was carrying, of needing people at the party to like me. Whatever it was, I just gave up. It was like, screw it. If everybody at the party thinks I'm lame, so what? Doesn't really matter, you know. It only ever mattered in my head, not in actual reality. We think we have this whole idea of the way life should go. But I don't. I quit. I give up. I'm being totally straight up with you. I give up. I do not care anymore what anybody else thinks about me. And it's not because I'm a douche. I show up in my interactions and I'm very loving and compassionate towards people. But I don't care about the outcome of it. I don't care if they like me or if they validate me. As far as I'm concerned, where I'm at in my life right now and my true experience in life, if there was an audience of 1 million people cheering my name, it would have the same effect on me that an audience of 1 million people booing me and throwing rotten fruit at me would have. No effect. I don't care. To me, it's all meaningless. None of that has any sustenance to it. But you want to know what does have sustenance? Me being free in this moment. Not being a prisoner of my own wants and desires and trying to make things be the way I want them to be. And the real question is on the spiritual path is, when are we going to realize that our wants and desires and our trying to make life be the way we want, this whole creating our dream reality, when are we going to begin to recognize that that is a prison, that that's a prison that's destroying us? When are we going to realize that our wants and our desires and our reaching and our striving is a sickness and a disease, that it's not actually a good quality? It's not. It's a sickness and a disease. And the human species collectively suffers from this. And you can see the effects of the disease on the other species and the plants and the nature and the earth and the effect we have on each other. We're sick, humans. And at the risk of oversimplifying what I think the cure is, because I know this is a big conversation, and before I tell you my opinion, I'll actually reach out because I honestly am curious. What is your guys' opinions on the cure to this sickness? If anybody's willing to share, just be as honest and thorough or as simple in your explanation as you want. I'd really appreciate that for us to be able to connect about it and hear what you have to say too. You know, I'm the one making these videos and it's my voice speaking out into the world and it's my face, but really this is our channel. And I want to hear from you guys too, especially about something like this, as important as this. But at the risk of oversimplifying, my opinion about the cure is pretty simple. Give up. We don't need the bigger buildings. We don't need the bigger house. You know, we don't need all that stuff. It's destroying our lives because we spend our entire lives hurting ourselves and not really living in this moment and really experiencing and expressing the true love and light within ourselves. We don't do that. When we look in each other's eyes, we don't really see each other. And Look, I'm just going to be honest about something, and it's not to hurt anybody's feelings. I doubt they're even going to see this video, and I doubt that anybody would know who I was talking about anyways. But there's somebody in my life that I love very much. But when I look in their eyes, I don't see them really there, looking back at me. They're caught up in this sickness. And I'm not saying this to judge them. This sickness almost ruined my life. For years it did. This sickness of thinking that you need to be someone, that you need to achieve something, that you need the validation of others, that you have to build something in order to really be someone in this world. And it's just fear and sickness, and I don't blame anybody who's suffering from this. Again, this disease kind of gets all of us the way we're raised in this world. But it's sad to me because I just want to look in their eyes and see them looking back at me, but I haven't seen them for a long time. So I give up on that too. I've given up on that. You know, I've been out here for a few weeks meditating in silence. I spoke about that in recent videos. And I just realized I give up. I quit. I've stopped looking. If that's the way life's going to be, then I give up. I don't want to control it or try to fix it. It is what it is. But, you know, back to the houses. It's like everybody thinks they need this house. And with the billions of people in the world, we are going to just freaking destroy the planet, guys. I mean, we already are. And we don't actually need all that. Like, literally, I've been living in a car for the last 5 years. And I'll tell you right now, there's been certain points where the sickness got me and I started thinking, I deserve more. I want more. I want a bigger house, a bigger property. And eventually that sickness and that disease destroys my peace and my joy and my presence in this moment. And I eventually let go again and realize I'm freaking blessed, you know? I've been living like a minimalist with barely anything for literally 5 years. And I'm doing fine, you know? I'm doing more than fine. And if the whole species could realize that we don't need all this stuff we think we need, we'd be so much more free. But the truth is that I don't actually think that collective human intelligence is ready. This is just my opinion. Do you think we're ready? I'm asking you. You know, my opinion is that the collective human intelligence isn't ready to step into realizing that we don't need the things we think we need. You know, everybody always wants the new phone, the new TV, the new product, the new upgrade, the new this, new that. And it's this constant chain of consumerism and destruction. It destroys you, your personal life, and it destroys the world too, by the way. It's a disease. I'm telling you right now, it is literally a sickness. It's a mental illness. And it's really sad. I don't think people are going to ever really realize that they don't need that stuff. I think the people who are going to wake up out of it are people who reach a certain breaking point of suffering, where they begin to realize that their constant desire for more and more and more and never being satisfied, never really experiencing the true presence of who we really are in this moment, because we're so busy trying to be someone in this world. I think it's a breaking point of suffering. That's at least what it was for me, where I just was like, I give up. I can't do it anymore. It's too painful to show up each day trying to be someone I'm not. And I know that it's painful to everybody else in the world too, because they're all on medication. Literally, everyone's on medication. And don't tell me that drinking coffee in the morning every single day isn't medication. You can't tell me that, people. Coffee is a serious drug, and if you don't believe me, get off of it for a month. I dare you. It completely changes your whole energetic structure. And I'm not here to judge anything or tell anybody that any of this stuff is wrong. I'm simply saying that the human species is suffering. And the closest remedy that people have found, collectively speaking, is self-medication. Through substances, through porn, through television, music, movies, There's a reason why the entertainment industry is what the human species worships. Because we want to be distracted from the truth of our sickness, our mental illness, our disease. And the disease is us not being able to actually be here in this moment. The amount of people that I see with their loved ones, like at a barbecue, and no one's actually there. They talk to each other. And I'm not saying this from judgment. I just see it now. It's sad. People talk to each other, but no one's actually really there. They're just stories of who they believe they're supposed to be, interacting and bouncing off of each other. People look in each other's eyes, but there's no realness there. It's a hollow plastic world. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm sad. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm like some blissed out guru who has the answers to everything. I'm telling you right now, I'm sad about the condition of the world and the human species. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm sad that the greatest peace I've found is just being alone and stopping trying to interact with people, because I just get hurt and bummed out every single time that they're not actually there. I want to live in a world where you and I could sit with each other and actually see each other, that we're not so stuck in this sickness and this illness. I want to live in a world where we've all given up and finally admitted that here we are in this moment, and take real responsibility for the problems in our lives and in the world. That we stop trying to medicate them and distract ourselves from them and hide from them. That we stop believing the reason for our suffering is that we don't have this new product, or we don't have enough subscribers, or we don't have enough followers on our Instagram, or whatever. This disease is just spiraling out of control with the human species, guys. It's out of control. And again, I'm not claiming to be some kind of guru above it all, but I'm here now. Something changed and opened and shifted in my consciousness, you might say, over this summer. Something that changed me forever. And if you want to know, you want to hear that conversation, I'll tag it in the cards so you could check it out at the end of this video. The video is titled, "No, I'm Not Enlightened. Here's What Actually Happened on the Cliff." Kind of a weird title, but it's a short video where I'm very clear about what happened, this breakthrough I had. And now I'm here. And it's weird because I have more peace and clarity and a true presence of real joy, not the illusion of joy that you get from, certain pleasures and things happening in life around you, like people validating you or winning an award or stuffing your face with a cheese pizza. This is surface level joy that is what most of the world knows, and they call that joy. I now know a joy of being free from all of these things that tug and pull on us and trick us, this mental illness. And it's really incredible. But with it also comes witnessing the real condition of what's actually happening in this world. And it comes with sorrow too. It's like I have this infinite presence and love awaken me. But with it comes an equal amount of sorrow for the pain and suffering in the world. And I don't know. I think sometimes the way I speak in these videos, I speak with such conviction and authority. And I know for those of you who regularly watch these videos, you can tell there's a certain voice that breaks through me in moments. But don't mistake me for someone who knows. Because I'm just here like everybody else, I don't know what to do other than just be who I am. And that's what these videos have become for me, to be honest. It's no longer about trying to help people. No offense, it's always nice when you meet people and they're thanks, but it's like, it's not where these videos come from anymore. I'm not trying to get subscribers or likes or validate myself anymore, which for a while was a huge part of my mental illness, and it was frickin' ruining my life. Ruined my relationships, ruined everything. My obsession with trying to be someone important that mattered. And now none of this stuff exists in me anymore. I'm free from it all. And here I am still making these videos, but it's not really me making them anymore because there is no me. That whole concept of me-ness and selfness is the mental illness. It's just, there's no way to express it. I don't know how. It's just God, just divine movement. God speaking through me. And I don't claim that voice because I don't own it. None of us own it. Nobody owns Christ consciousness. It's universal. But I want to see the world immersed in the beauty and truth of it. And that's not even why I make these videos. They just happen. They're just divine expressions in the moment. Not for any outcome, but because, for lack of a better explanation, I guess it's just who I am beyond the self. And so from that space, I can honestly tell you that I've had more success in my life ever since I finally gave up and quit. Everything started working for me more. People regularly want to be around me. All sorts of things happen that are really, really trippy. Of like things just like literally appearing and coming to me that I need in each moment. All sorts of incredible things, miraculous things that are just, whoa. But it's not me doing it or making it happen. It's just the way things are when you're here. When you're free from this illness. And it's ironic too, because so many of the things that I used to want, once I finally gave up and finally entered into the true depth of my being, now so many of the things I want to come and be with me, now that I don't care whether they're here or not. But please don't mistake that as some kind of manifestation technique like people call be good either way. These are just mind games you're playing. The truth is simple. You're either here or you're busy trying to be somewhere else. And if you're trying to let go because you're trying to be more magnetic and successful, you're still stuck in the mind game illness. Just give up. I'm serious, dude. Just give up. And it's scary at first because when you really give up, you have to face everything you've identified with and clung to and attached to for your entire life. Everything that you've been wanting and reaching for, everything you may have been working on for years, your whole identity, your whole story. It's terrifying to literally say to all of it authentically, truthfully, I give up. I give it all up. But I'm telling you right now, anybody that is really walking the spiritual path, no matter what it looks like for you right now, a day will come. A day will come when you will have to give it all up. You will have to surrender all of it. You will have to let go of all of the knowledge you've accumulated. You'll begin to find that all the books you've read over the years of all that spiritual information is just noise in the way. You'll begin to recognize that everything you've consumed, everything you've attached to, everything you've picked up along the way is just more stuff that doesn't belong to your true self. You're going to have to give it all up. All of your goals, all your ambitions, all of your things. all your thoughts, all your emotions. You are going to have to give it all up. And that's when your life begins. Because the real truth is that I was not actually alive until earlier this summer when I had that breakthrough on the beach cliff. Again, I got it tagged in the cards for you guys. I wasn't alive until that moment. Seriously, I was just like an NPC, AI character. I thought I was real. I literally thought I was real, but I could see actually I wasn't. I only started really being real and actually being here and having a true life earlier this summer. And it's worth it to give up and let go. It is a little bit lonely because at this time on the planet, there's very few people who are at that level of consciousness. And I'm not saying that to brag, it's just the truth. And you'll find that suddenly all the social games and all the stuff that all your friends or family and all these people are doing around you, you just see right through it. You see the fraudness of it all. You see the mental illness that it actually is. And you can't partake in it anymore. And you still love everybody. You actually love them with a real love that goes deeper and beyond the false love that most people play in. But with that love comes the wisdom that you can't control everybody and you can't shake them awake and you can't force people to join you where you're at. The only thing you can do is just be here in this moment and be real. Let the chips fall where they may. It's all we can do. Because to try to hold on and try to fix the world and help everybody around you is just a new form of identification with now you believe you're the savior. Now you believe everyone else needs help. And it's just a new thing you're reaching and striving for. And you're just going to have to give it all up again. So just give up. I mean, what else is there? And that may sound kind of strange to you to have someone telling you, hey, I'm lonely out here. You know? Why would you take advice from me? I'm not claiming to be on cloud 9 and absolute bliss all the time. No. But I'm telling you the truth that I'm free from what is having most people that I've met in my entire life on a leash, dragging them around and they don't even realize it. I didn't even see it. I'm free. And freedom is lonely because most people are prisoners. But you have to make a choice. Are you going to walk back into the prison because that's where everybody else is hanging out? Or are you going to walk out into the field of flowers with the shining sun and live? And that's the choice that has pervaded my space, wanting to walk back into the prison so that certain people could still be in my life. And so maybe I am lonely out here. But I'm also not. Because I'm with this eternal, infinite presence that you might call God, always. And conscious of it and aware of it. Because this mental illness, it doesn't have authority over me anymore. So I'm not alone, actually. I'm together with something that's real, beyond the stories. It's more so lonely in the sense because the truth shatters a lot. Because all of you out there, you're not actually separate. We're the same being. We're the same consciousness and awareness. So even if you were out here, it's just presence sitting with presence. And it doesn't take away the joy of life. It simply shifts the whole perspective as to what the game actually is. Most of the world thinks the game is achieve your dreams, get the house, get the wife, get the money, get the car, get the investments. When you finally give up, the game becomes more clear to you. That was never really the game. It was a mental illness keeping you distracted from the true game. What I've come to see out here, just to be perfectly honest with you, is that the game is actually unification. Coming together in oneness, remembering who we really are. And that dirty, disgusting, mother-effing mental illness that is destroying humans and the planet and everything around us like a raging disease that just consumes and destroys everything in its path is the only thing. It's the only thing that's stopping us from that union. I want that union. For everybody else. So we can be together again for real. But on the human level, I have no control over this. None of us do. The best we can do is just be here in this moment. And I don't see true presence possible for anybody who hasn't actually given it all up yet. If you're willing to give it all up, to be here in this moment and to live in the truth in your life, no matter what you have to sacrifice or let go. Look, there's a reason why, and I'm not getting all religious here, but there's a reason why Jesus said, pick up your cross and follow me. Deny yourself. Because yourself is lying to you. Yourself is a mental illness concept, that you believe you're this person, and that's the mental illness. This isn't actually you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Who Jesus called the Father, God, is within you. But we don't remember that presence in us because we're so lost in being these people and trying to achieve and get stuff for ourselves in this world, and that's the disease. That's Satan, guys. Literally. That's what, if you actually read the Bible and knew how to read it, that's what you'd see. It's not as literal as it seems. It's archetypal. There's these truths in it for us. There are many rooms in my Father's house, in my Father's mansion. Many rooms for all of you. And I pray that you will come home and join me in this mansion. But I will not force you. I will not tell you that you are wrong or stupid for choosing to keep pursuing your goals in this world instead. But I tell you that I love you so much that the door to this mansion is always open, and there's nothing that you could do that would cause me to close it and block you out. You're always welcome to come home. I pray that you do. But I understand that you may need to play out your story of being this person first and endure the sufferings of the world until you finally realize that home is actually where you'd rather be. And when that moment comes, I will receive you with open arms within yourself. Not out there somewhere in the world or somewhere beyond this place, but right here within you, where I've always been, where you've always been, where the truth of who we really are dwells and waits for that remembering. Come home. I love you. Come home. Come home. I give up on whether you do or not. But the truth that the door is always open and that I'm here and that you're always welcome home. That's unwavering. That's never going to change, no matter what you do. I'll be here. I hope that you'll join me. But it's okay if you don't. Thanks. Much love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next Vibes and Frequencies video. See you there.